In the last video, we talked about the kind of exhaustion that comes from forcing, not physical tiredness, but the feeling that everything in your life requires pressure. Today, I want to look at something deeper. Why does pushing harder so often make things worse? Why does effort, the very thing we're told will save us, sometimes move us further from the life we're trying to build? Modern culture teaches us a simple formula. If something isn't working, apply more effort. If progress slows, increase discipline. If resistance appears, push through it. This logic sounds reasonable. But the Dao De Jing quietly asks a different question. What if the problem is not a lack of effort, but the direction of it? Laozi calls this principle Wu Wei, not doing nothing, not withdrawing from life. Wu Wei means acting without forcing, movement that follows the natural tendency of things instead of constantly opposing them. The Tao does not reward struggle. It responds to alignment, and this is where modern people begin to feel uncomfortable. So, why force feels so natural to us? We live in systems built on control. We are trained to believe. If you are not pushing, you are falling behind. If you are not optimizing, you are wasting time. If you are not competing, you are losing. So, when life feels unstable, our instinct is to grip tighter, more planning, more self-discipline, more control. But Laozi observed something counterintuitive. The more you try to control life, the more rigid you become. And rigidity is not strength. Laozi returns again and again to the image of water. Water does not argue with obstacles. It does not prove itself. It does not rush to dominate. Yet over time, nothing resists it. Water adapts. Water yields. Water continues. Wu Wei is not weakness. It is responsiveness. And responsiveness requires something many of us have lost. The ability to listen before we act. This is not abstract philosophy. You see it everywhere. In leadership, the more someone tries to control people, the less initiative remains. In work, the harder you force productivity, the faster meaning disappears. In relationships, the more you try to manage outcomes, the less connection you feel. From the outside, things may still function, but inside, everything feels heavy. This is not failure. It is misalignment. One of the biggest sources of forcing is the ego, the need to be seen as capable, the need to be ahead, the need to justify past choices. Ego creates constant pressure to maintain an image. Wu Wei does not attack the ego. It simply stops feeding it. And when the ego relaxes, something surprising happens. Action becomes quieter. Decisions become clearer. Effort becomes lighter. Laozi speaks often about knowing when something is enough. This is not settling. It is discernment, knowing when to continue, and when to stop forcing what no longer responds. The person who never knows enough is always tired. The person who knows enough has room to move. Wu Wei creates space, and space allows life to reorganize itself. Practicing Wu Wei today does not mean rejecting ambition. It means refining it. Instead of asking, "How can I push harder?" Wu Wei asks, Where am I applying force? Out of fear rather than clarity? Sometimes the answer is small. Less control, fewer unnecessary battles, quieter boundaries. Sometimes it changes everything, but the shift always begins with attention, not effort. Wu Wei is not a technique to master. It is a sensitivity you develop over time. So don't change anything yet. Just notice this. Where does effort in your life create momentum? And where does it create resistance? That difference is often the distance between forcing and the Tao already moving.